Hello, I am Antonio. My group members are Nathan and Luke, and this is our mock exercise prescription. So the patient answered no to all 7 questions. They have no heart conditions, no chest pain during activities, no loss of balance, no chronic medical conditions, no medications, no bone, joint, or soft tissue problems, and no to the final question about physical activity. So for the follow-up questions about medical conditions, the patient does not have any arthritis, osteoporosis, or back problems. They don't have any cancer, no heart or cardiovascular conditions, no high blood pressure, no metabolic conditions, no mental health problems or learning difficulties, no respiratory disease, no spinal cord injuries, has never had a stroke or any other medical conditions. So exercise preparation, health screening questionnaire. So basically we summarize that the patient presented no symptoms. She is currently not well physically active. She has poor physical activity. The patient only walks for most of her exercise and does not reach a moderate intensity. The patient does not have any sort of medical conditions. So for the 8 interview questions, she is 42. Her current health status is good. Compared to 5 to 10 years ago, the client stated that 10 years ago she felt better. She is not taking any medications. She does not exercise. The only exercise she does is walking, so nothing intense or no resistance training. So her concern about exercise is that she does not want to embarrass herself and does not feel that she is able to do high intense workouts. And for supplements, she is only taking multivitamins. And for the last question, we asked her if she liked any activities when she was younger, and she mentioned that she liked to hike, play volleyball. She still loves to dance, and she would like to swim. So based on the Part Q, health screening and questionnaire, the client is in good health, but is currently not physically active. So our exercise program will focus on improving cardiovascular fitness, balance, and learning basic resistance training exercises. So we made some SMART goals for her. SMART goals refers to goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. So for S, she's going to lose weight and increase physical fitness. For M, she's going to lose 1 pound in 2 weeks. For A, she will go to the gym at least 4 times a week. For R, the daughter goes to the gym, so the daughter can help her train and take her to the gym. And for T, she will begin on January 3rd, 2022, and reach her goal on January 17th, 2022.
Okay, so for nutrition strategies, our client is currently consuming 1,900 calories per day and expending 1,700. So what this means is she's currently in a caloric surplus. And since her goal is to lose weight, she's going to need to eat in a caloric deficit. So in order to lose 1 pound, she will need to eat in a caloric deficit of 3,500 calories for 2 weeks, or 250 calorie deficit per day. And her macronutrient ratios will be 25% protein, 25% fats, and 50% carbohydrates. And the daily nutrition macros will be 1,650 calories total, which consists of 103 grams of protein, 45 grams of fats, and 206 grams of carbs. So for fitness testing assessments, we first assess the client's BMI with height, weight, and age. So she is 5'3", 144 pounds, and 42 years old. And so her BMI is 25.5, which is considered overweight. And then we decided to do a step-up test to test her resting heart rate. So that's when a client will step on a 12-inch step at a rhythm of 96 steps per minute. And then after the test is done, after 5 seconds, we start testing her heart rate, which came out to be 120 beats per minute, which is a little high, which means that her heart rate recovery is below average. And then we did a push-pull assessment, which is when a client will do a push and pull movement with cables at shoulder height, and we noticed that her shoulders were elevated, which meant she has a overactive trapezius. And then we did an overhead squat assessment, and noticed that she was leaning too far forward, which means she has tight hip flexors. So for our client's weekly exercise plan, we will let her train 4 days per week on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Workouts will begin with a warm up, followed by resistance training, cardio, and then a cool down with flexibility exercises. So her warm up will be a 10-minute treadmill walk at 2 miles per hour. Cardio will consist of 20 minutes on a cardio machine of the client's choice. So this will be either cycling, elliptical, stairmaster, or assault bike. And the flexibility routine will consist of kneeling hip flexor stretch, palm on wall chest stretch, and side bending lat stretch. And here is a schedule of the 2 weeks that we'll be training her. So we split up the resistance training program into 4 phases to familiarize the client with exercise techniques. So phase 1, which is the first 2 days, will consist of machine exercises to familiarize client with muscle groups without focusing on technique. Phase 2 will utilize cables to introduce proper exercise form with a safe form of resistance. Phase 3 will begin to use free weights to develop proper exercise technique, and Phase 4 will start stabilization training with free weights to develop balance and stability. And here's the routine for the first day of the first week. So we start with a 10-minute treadmill walk at 2 miles per hour, then go to a machine chest press, 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps at 10 pounds, then rope face pulls with 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps at 10 pounds, a machine leg press at 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps at 30 pounds, then a tricep cable kickback for 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps with 5 pounds, and then finish that with cycling for 20 minutes at a light intensity. And here is the workout for the second day of the first week. So we begin with a 10-minute treadmill walk at 2 miles per hour, then go to machine rows for 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps with 10 pounds, dumbbell curls for 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps with 5 pounds, seated leg curls for 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps with 15 pounds, then machine ab crunches for 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps with 10 pounds. And then we finish that with 20 minutes of Stairmaster at 2 miles per hour.
Continuing in our first week of working out, the third day will consist of a treadmill walk for the warm-up at about 2 miles an hour for 10 minutes. Then we'll get into the exercises, which is a standing cable chest press, 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps at 10 pounds, and then machine shoulder press, 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps also at 10 pounds. Then we're going to go into some legs with a seated leg extension, 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps at about 15 pounds, and finish with some tricep cable pushdowns, 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps at 5 pounds, and a cool down will be the elliptical for 20 minutes at 3 miles an hour. Our fourth day will begin the same with a treadmill walk at 10 minutes at about 2 miles an hour, and then our main workouts will be the same with 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps, and we'll start off with a seated cable row at 10 pounds, and then a barbell curl at 10 pounds, then to legs with a lying leg curl at 15 pounds, and then a Russian twist for 5 pounds, and we'll finish with the assault bike as a cool down for 20 minutes, aiming for 30 to 40 RPM. Now starting week 2, we will begin the same way as a warm-up with a treadmill walk, 10 minutes, 2 miles an hour, and then we'll continue with about 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps per exercise. And we'll begin with a dumbbell bench press at 5 pounds, something light, and then seated dumbbell overhead press at another 5 pounds. And then we'll do some walking lunges, 2 full walks back and forth about 10 meters length with 10 pounds weight. Then we'll do some triceps and hit the dips machine for 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps at 15 pounds of weight. And then a cool down will consist of cycling for 20 minutes with light intensity. We are building consistency with the second day of week 2 beginning the same with a treadmill walk, 10 minutes, 2 miles an hour, and then the same 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps is the goal with dumbbell rows of 10 pounds and then dumbbell hammer curls 5 pounds. Then we'll do some legs with goblet squats for 20 pounds and then the Pavlov press at 5 pounds. And then we'll cool down with Stairmaster for 20 minutes at 2 miles per hour. So it's pretty light, but for endurance. The seventh day will begin similarly with a treadmill walk, 10 minutes, 2 miles an hour. And we're going to move on to some challenging things with the Bosu ball push-up. Still 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps. And then single arm dumbbell overhead press for 5 pounds Bulgarian split squats at 10 pounds, and then dumbbell tricep kickbacks for 5 pounds. This cooldown will consist of the elliptical for 20 minutes at about 3 miles per hour. Our final day will continue this habit with the treadmill walk as a warm-up for 10 minutes and 2 miles per hour. Our exercises will be the same 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps, starting with kneeling down one-arm cable pull-downs at 10 pounds. Then we'll move to single-arm dumbbell curls for the biceps at 5 pounds. Then we'll do some core with a 60-second plank for 2 sets, and then dumbbell squats with 15-pound weights. And then we're going to finish with a cool down of the assault bike again at 20 minutes with 30 to 40 RPM. Next, you can see our reference page. We have 4 references here. Thank you.